Shalom, halalyam Yahawah, bahasham Yahawashi, bahasham Racha Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well and labor in this word and doctrine. And Shalom labachaya, Shalom to the elect, peace to the elect. This is on the Wikipedia entry for John of Patmos. We probably know him as John the Revelator. And it's a quote from Adela Yarbrough Collins. I just wanted to focus on a little section of it. It says, well, I'll read actually this whole quote here. Early tradition says that John was banished to Patmos by the Roman authorities. And it tells you in Revelation 1 and 9 about where he was, that he was in fact in Patmos, or Patmos, however you say it. This tradition is credible, she says, because banishment was common punishment, was a common punishment, Salahia, used during the imperial period for a number of offences. Among such offences were the practices of magic and astrology. Prophecy was viewed by the Romans as belonging to the same category, whether pagan, Jewish or Christian, meaning Israelitic that believed in Hamashiach, Yahawashi, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. It says prophecy with political implications like that expressed by John in the book of Revelation would have been perceived as a threat to Roman political power and order. And it says, 3 of the islands in the Sporades or Sporades were places where political offenders were banished. That's Pliny, Natural History, 4.6 to 7. Tacitus says Annals 4 and 30. And I think Tacitus is the same one that said the Jews of 1st century AD were of Ethiopian origin, and all Ethiopia meant in that time, in terms of Greek, was Athens. Athen Ops, meaning is it Athen? Athen Ops. Basically, it means a burnt face in Greek, and there's some speculation that it goes back to the Amharic, which is a Ethiopian language of the Hebrew Tob or Tawab, but the Amharic Tobia, and apparently that's Ethiopia. But anyway, it basically meant Africa, so called as a whole, or a dark people. If they were an Ethiopian race, they meant a dark race. Same way that they might call us in this Seclorum African American or whatever, just to a common thing they associate or try and get across that it was like Simeon, if you know what I mean. So it says that I wanted to focus on the part I wanted to focus on. I'll rephrase. Sorry, I rephrase it. The part I wanted to focus on was prophecy with political implications, like that expressed by John in the book of Revelation, would have been perceived as a threat to Roman political power and order. And I thought, well, so they were trying to stop prophecy about what was happening in this time, even back then. Like, of course, we can see that in this time, they're trying to scramble, believing that their houses will last forever, pursuant to Psalm 49 and 11. Prophecy with political implications. So what does that talk about? The other beast that rises up out of the earth, I believe it is, in Revelation 13 and 11. Let's get it. Well, first off, let's get Revelation 1 and 9. So Revelation 1 and 9. I, John, who also am your brother and companion in tribulation and in the kingdom and patience of Yahawashi Hamashiach, was in the isle that is called Patmos, for the word of Yahawah and for the testimony of Yahawashi Hamashiach. We know according to Revelation 19 and 10 what the testimony of Yahawashi Hamashiach is. It said, and I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, See, thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren. Thou have the testimony of Yahawashi. Worship Yahawah, for the testimony of Yahawashi is the spirit of prophecy. So it's Revelation 13 and 11. It says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And that going to the Democrats, the Republicans, back here in this Roman time, because there's the plebeians, the patricians. The thing that hath been is that which shall be. But truly that's talking about man. That's talking about reincarnation. Just how John the Baptist was Elijah, if you will receive it. That's Matthew the 11th chapter. Where it said that the prophecy would have been perceived as a threat to Roman political power and order. And they didn't realize, probably, that they were going down and coming right back up just to be threatened again. So when they were going against the prophecy in that time and persecuting in that time, that's they were really advocating for their place in this time. And that's why it's, well, if you check Revelation 1 and 9 again, it says, I, John, who also am your brother and companion in tribulation. So he was catching affliction, just like Jacob's trouble is to try them that dwell upon the earth. Even Ezra was like looking. Let's see, that's another one on reincarnation. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 17. It says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? So why would Prophet Ezra be saying woe is him and asking who will deliver him in these times, in these days? Because he knew he had to come back. Now he didn't know who he was or who he would be, but he knew he had to come back. So John of Patmos. No, let's finish that. Salakia. Revelation 1 and 9. I, John, who also am your brother and companion in tribulation. And it talks about in Acts chapter, I think it's 14 and 22. Acts 14 and 22. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahawah, bahasham Yahawashi. That's all part of the co-heirship. The servant is not greater than his master. So Revelation 1 and 9, I, John, who also am your brother and companion in tribulation and in the kingdom and patience of Yahawashi HaMashiach, was in the isle that is called Patmos for the word of Yahawah and for the testimony of Yahawashi HaMashiach. And we know that Yahawashi HaMashiach is the word of Yahawah. That's Revelation 19 and 13. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the word of Yahawah. So that was just a quick thing, just a quote I'd seen while looking at that. I thought it was interesting to make a mention of. They would see it as they charged a lot of people with sedition for talking about Yahawashi coming back and making many prophecies which had to take place. They saw it as a threat. I found that interesting. So, yeah, man, the elect have already won. We just gotta keep our end of the bargain and pray we're of that number. Pray without ceasing, as it's written. So, on to the next one, Lord willing. Giving all praises to Yahawah. Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Racha Kodash.